All right, so today I really was not planning on shooting a video. I got kind of surprised by an email, and SVS just sent me an email that the Prime Pinnacles will be out today. It's midnight right now, so it's today. So when this video is live, I will have a link down below in the description. It's an affiliate link, and I appreciate you guys following those. It really does help out a lot. I checked out the Prime Pinnacles when I went to CES, and I really like the idea. The reason is the Ultra Towers are really amazing speakers, and they are the biggest problem with them is that you need to have the space for them. And that's something that not a lot of people have. And so the Prime Towers, the regular Prime Towers, not the Pinnacles, but the regular Prime Towers, I really like those a lot. They were a great speaker. And, for the money, I mean, very solid build, a very solid sound. I really like them. And so having something that fills the void between the Ultra and the Prime Towers, I think is appealing because I really did notice the difference in going up to the Ultra Towers. And a lot of that was, the improved bass response. And so by running, 3 bass drivers instead of 2, that will help in the bass response. And not that the Prime Towers themselves are any slouch in the bass department, but I think it will get it closer to the Ultra Towers. Being a forward-facing driver makes it easier to where you don't have to, if you're close up against a wall or something, it's not that big of a deal with the Prime Pinnacles versus the Ultra Towers. The Ultra Towers, they need space. They need some room to breathe. You don't want, I'm running it pretty close right here with, this has got side-firing 8-inch drivers in the bottom here. So, I've got one driver slamming up against this sub here. It's not bad. It's not like terrible, but it's maybe not optimal. It'd be better to have a little more space for them, but man, they sound good. This Prime Pinnacle is very appealing if they can get the sound a little bit closer to the Ultra Tower. The one thing I've seen is that they said in their press release that they spent more time on voicing this particular speaker than any SVS speaker to date. So they spent more time on this speaker than they have the Ultra Towers. If I'm reading that correctly, I may not be. I sometimes misunderstand things, but it appears to me that they've really spent a lot of time on these towers. So I'm looking forward to checking them out. I did hear them in person at CES, but that's really no basis to give you an opinion because it's not my settings, it's not my room, unfamiliar environment, blah, blah, blah. You really need to hear it in your own room to really decide, how good of a speaker it is. But I was definitely intrigued. Let's put it that way. I'm looking forward to it very much. And, having each bass driver. So it's got, it's got 3 different bass drivers as opposed to the 2 for the Prime Tower, the regular Prime Tower. And each one of those bass drivers has its own port tuning frequency. So each bass driver is kicking out its own unique sound, and all of that is blended together. And they've got the new mid-range as well, which is in a sealed compartment separate from the other drivers. And so it's a really unique design. They really, they put a lot of thought into this, and they put a lot of their experience and success into this. Excuse me, my voice there. So I'm really interested in checking this out. I think it'll be a good speaker. The pricing, that you can get a little bit of a break by going with the black ash or black oak versus the piano. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in checking this out. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about this new speaker. I'm intrigued. I think it's going to be a successful speaker. I don't know if I'm going to have quite the surprise I got when I heard the PB3000s The PB3000s were kind of a shocking product. It really was a dramatic difference over most every other speaker or every other subwoofer that they make. It really just was in its own world. I don't know if I'll get that with the Prime Pinnacle. I hope so. That'd be great. Yeah, but I am very interested in it. And having the mid-range over the tweeter, much like the Ultra Towers, that's intriguing as well. But I think it's going to be a nice in-between the Ultra and the Prime Towers. And something I think that was kind of needed because, again, because of this footprint issue, it can stop a lot of people from getting these Ultra Towers if you have a tighter space. And so it's really more lifestyle friendly. It fits in a living room a little bit more, I won't say stealthily, but not quite as dramatic as the Ultra Towers. So it's got that going for it. It doesn't have, the psychoacoustics going for it, which is, having these huge, massive looking things. I think the Ultra Towers still have that advantage. And psychoacoustics is being so impressed by the way the speaker looks that it affects your impression on the sound. So that's an interesting thing. But so yeah, the Pinnacle doesn't quite have that same thing as the Ultra Towers do, but overall I think it's got a very nice look to it. A little bit taller of a speaker too over the Prime Tower. So yeah, anyway. So that's just my thing. Again, link will be down in the description below. I really appreciate you following my links. It really helps. I know I haven't been very consistent in my uploads lately. I've had some life issues get in the way, but I will be resuming normal production soon. So I appreciate you sticking it out with me. So again, if you haven't already, please subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the comments, the likes, the dislikes, all of it. It all helps. So anyway, I'm looking forward to checking these out, and stay tuned. I've got some interesting stuff coming up. So thanks again, and please subscribe.